The Soldiers of Ares. Chapter 33. Both Achilles and Maximus drew their swords. Rex had changed his new arm into gun mode, and the barrel was pointed right at Hermes' head, but the messenger god still just sat in his seat unaffected by all this. Not even his smirk had left his face. "I'm sensing so much hostility in the air. I wonder why," Hermes said. Achilles stepped forward and said, "You know why, so give me one good reason not to cut you right here." Hermes got off his chair. Now he stretched his arms like he just got up from a nap. "Well, how about because you couldn't even if you wanted to?" he said. In an instant he was behind the three of them. His scepter with the snakes on it had appeared in his hand. Rex and Maximus were still staring at the spot where Hermes had been a second before, but not Achilles. He had turned around swiftly just as Hermes came behind them. They heard a sound of metal clashing as his sword met with the snake-coiled scepter. "Not bad," Hermes said. "Not a lot of people can say they are fast enough to keep up with my movements. But you should know if I get serious I'm a lot faster." Maximus had no idea what that would be like. He couldn't even see Hermes move as it was. "What do you want, Hermes?" Achilles asked. His sword was still crossed with the god's scepter. "Put away your blade for a while and I'll tell you," he answered. Achilles didn't move for a few seconds. Then he slowly pulled his sword away. But he still did not sheath it. "Now was that so hard?" Hermes said mockingly. His smirk was now a wide, playful grin. "That clash of weapons was so unnecessary. My caduceus is not even a melee weapon, you know. Now let's talk like civilized beings," he said. Maximus figured that caduceus was the name of his scepter. A lot of powerful weapons were given names, and any weapon that a god used had to be powerful. Hermes walked past them back towards the chair. "Such a lovely place you guys found. It has a nice abandoned building meets rat infestation theme going on, so retro," he said, looking around at the room. "Did you come here just to redo the furniture then?" Achilles asked. Hermes smirked at him and said, No, not at all. I'm actually here to make things right between us, so there would be no hard feelings." "You put a tracker on us that nearly got us killed," Rex said, "and I'm real sorry for that. But you see, it was all part of a business deal. But I felt so bad about it later that I decided to come down here personally to apologize," Hermes said, and it was clear from his face that he wasn't sorry for anything. Achilles raised his sword again and said, "Get to the point. To help, of course," Hermes said with a grin, "by giving you the most valuable thing I have, information." They were all listening to him now, and Achilles nodded for him to continue. "Well, here's what I got. This little motel you guys are standing in is going to be turned into a pile of ash and dust by midnight. Ares' men have this place surrounded with a rather wonderful RAM tank with its guns pointed right at this building. They should blow this place up within an hour, so I suggest that you run," Hermes said. "How did they find us?" Maximus asked. Hermes looked at him and said, "There are plenty of other ways to track someone you know. I just had to wait till you guys stopped moving for a while to get a good read on you." "Why tell us this?" Achilles asked. "Because I want to get on someone's good side. Now I know you know me and Ares are working for someone. I felt a little magical spyware peeking into our last meeting. It was well hidden, but I am the god of communication after all," he said. Maximus remembered the voice telling him that it was not safe to show him visions for a while, and now he knew why. "And how would saving us make you look good?" Achilles asked. "I'm glad you asked, Achilles," Hermes said, mocking the tone of a teacher. "You see, if you live, it makes Ares look like an incompetent idiot. And that's when I'll sweep in and provide some very useful information, making me a savior. So, for the moment at least, I'm rooting for you guys." Maximus understood now what Achilles meant when he said that Hermes always had an agenda of his own. "Wait, so what information will you provide?" Maximus asked. Hermes looked at him with a grin and said, "Why, information on the enemy, of course, a very useful bit of gossip that the great hero of the Trojan War, Achilles, is still alive." Hermes moved towards the window and opened it. The window was large enough for him to fit through easily. "Well, you guys should really start moving. The clock is ticking, you know." With that, the wings on his shoes came out again. He jumped out the window, and within seconds he disappeared into the air. "Well, what now?" Rex asked. "Wake the others. We're getting out of here as fast as we can," Achilles said, and they ran to the next room to do so. It took a while for Mia to come and open the door, and when they stepped inside, Daedalus was mumbling on his bed, and Hedger was already asleep, hanging upside down with his tail wrapped around a coat hanger on the wall. "What's going on?" Mia asked as Maximus went ahead to wake Hedger. "We have to get out of here now. The soldiers have found us," Rex said. That got everyone's attention. "Are they in the building?" Hedger asked, now fully awake. Achilles shook his head and said, "Not yet, but the ram tank is pointed right at us, and the only reason they haven't shot us yet is because they need Daedalus alive." They grabbed their things and went ahead downstairs where the old satyr was fast asleep. They decided to take the back exit, but it was locked. Hedger could have used his quill key, or Mia could have picked it easily, but Rex decided that the most efficient method would be to kick the door open. The entire door lay broken on the side as all of them rushed outside towards their truck. They got in quickly, and once they started to move, Hedger asked, "Okay, where are the soldiers? I don't even see a bunch of dust bunnies here." Like an answer to his question, they heard a huge explosion from behind. They turned to see the motel they had been in seconds before was burning down to its ashes. "I thought you said they needed Daedalus alive," Mia screamed. "They must have seen us pull out. That was probably a warning shot," Rex said. Mia was whimpering now. But there were other people inside. Mia had just sunk into a corner, clutching her knees. Maximus realized that despite everything, she was not a soldier and she must not be used to seeing people die. He remembered how freaked out she was when the dirt picks got taken out. Maximus went up to her and said, "Listen, I know that this is hard, but you have to keep it together. I know you're not used to seeing people die." Mia shook her head and said to him in a whisper, "You don't understand. I've seen too many people die already. I just don't want to see it anymore." Maximus didn't know what to say to this. "Look, just keep your eyes on the prize. You have to reach Athens, remember. That's all that matters, and I promise you we will reach there," he said. Mia straightened up again. "You're right. Athens is all that matters." She then got up and said, "Sorry, lost my head for a moment. But I'm all right now. So what's the plan?" "That's simple. Don't get killed," Hedger said. This has been a chapter from Book 1 of the new World Odyssey series, The Soldiers of Ares. Links to the books in the bio. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this chapter, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. See you in the next chapter.